Your principal now, the Deputy Senate President.
Deputy President of the Senate.
Deputy President of the Senate.
Yes.
Having worked with him this far, how would you describe his position? It seems to be a rallying point and having a magnanimous disposition. How would you describe him as a person and as a politician?
I think you've done the description. He is a rallying point. He's an astute politician. Sometimes aggressive politician, sometimes a goal-getter, but on the average, I think it's one of the best that Delta has produced in recent times. He's insightful. He also is compassionate. And he has that natural dynamism in him that propels him, that cautions him. That is my understanding of the person of Obarisi of Uroboland, the distinguished Senator Ovie Omo-Agege. Why not? It's a very smart move. There were a couple of people showed interest in being ministers. I don't know how they lobbied or how they went about it, but I know right from time that Festus Keyamo, having been the spokesperson of the campaign, the Buhari campaign organization, a duty a lot of us feel he discharged very well to the best of his ability. I also believe that he stood a chance to getting a nomination, and he got it. It's at the discretion of the president, like I said, and the gentleman is very well qualified to be. And I think that is it. That is how it goes. As soon as somebody has emerged, all others need to come rally around and support him. The ministerial is one slot for Delta. So there's nothing like it's supposed to come from here, it's supposed to come from there. Anybody in Delta could have been the minister. When Kachuku was nominated, there were a lot of other people in Delta who would have wished to be the minister, but they lost it. So now that Festus Keyamo has gotten it, every other person who feels a sense of loss will support the nominee of the president. In the course of electioneering for office of the Deputy President of the Senate, there was support for him from Deltans, but some stakeholders felt otherwise. I know there's a particular group who call themselves mainstream, who went about urging some senators from outside Delta State to come take that position and all that. Yes, he may have been rancorous or whatever, but what a lot of us forgot was that that election was between 91 senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that if you are not in the Senate chamber, there was very little you could do. So it wasn't a placard affair, and the electorate for that position is known. So it wasn't an issue for anybody to go about conducting an unsolicited campaign. But then in politics, you know, politics throws up all manners of things. So in this particular instance, we had people from Delta State, people from the same senatorial zone with the distinguished Deputy President of the Senate, who preferred another choice. But unfortunately for them, the Senate was convened, and they had their elections, and His Excellency Obarisi, the distinguished senator representing Delta Central, emerged the Deputy President of the Nigerian Senate. And that is where we are now.
say, going into that election and having emerged, Nigerians from so many divides are of the opinion that the said leadership of the Senate shares close affinity with the president, and that might taint their disposition to discharge their duties as senators.
Why will the leadership of the Senate not share not have affinity with the president? We are all members of the same political party. We are all from the same political family. So why will anybody expect that those who will be elected will be those who are antagonistic or catancaros to the president? That expectation is flawed in all respects. It's mischief. If we all belong to the same political party, we all nominated him to be president of, to be the flag bearer of our party, just like our own constituents nominated the respective senators you're talking about. Why will they not work together? There's every reason for them to work together. You see, the example that we had before, which was set by distinguished Senator Olushola Saraki and Dogara when they were at the helm of affairs, is a misnomer. It is not supposed to be in a democracy. It is not supposed to be at all. You are not expected to be a member of the APC and then play Nancy Pelosi in Nigeria, as in being catancaros to every proposal of the presidency. That is not what is expected. In that circumstance, the government will hardly achieve much. We need a parliament that is disposed to the success of their current administration. And if that is what we have gotten, Nigerians should be happy for it. There is no apology for that. There is no apology for anybody for being a favorite of Mr. President or being a friend of Mr. President and then being at the leadership of the Senate. Must you appoint the president's enemy to the leadership of the Senate? What do you wish for Nigeria? Politics is not too far from a social club. It is people who believe in the same values, the same norms, who have similar objective in pursuance of same, come together to run a political party. And I believe that the current leadership of the Senate are very well disposed to the president, very well disposed to the success of the administration. It is one government. Muhammadu Buhari is at the head of that government. If it is not one government, why does it have to take a letter from Mr. President for you to convoke the National Assembly? They don't convoke themselves. The president does that. If it is not one government, why does the president have to nominate or appoint a chief justice for Nigeria? Why does the governor appoint a chief judge for his state? It is because it is one government. So let's walk away from this idea of feeling that for government to work well, the executive must be on one side, then the legislature must be firing at them, firing all manners of innuendos, all manners of plaintiffs on them to bring them down. That is not what democracy takes to succeed. What democracy takes to succeed is that there is a manifesto for the ruling party. And whether you are in the executive or you are in the legislature, it is your duty to bring that manifesto to materialism. And that is where the executive and the legislature must work together as one team. So let's not go into those wrong impressions of thinking that the legislature is supposed to be the cat trying to eat up the mouse, the executive. No, that is wrong. They are supposed to work together, particularly as members of one political party, members of one government. That is the objective, and that is what will bring about progress for us.
Thank you so much. Considering checks and balances
yes.
as expected of a government.
Yes.
And considering the kind of relationship that is seen and the harmonious relationship that is intended, what are the advantages and the merits of the new leadership of the National Assembly sharing good relationship with the president? Oh,
the advantages are numerous. The advantages are numerous in that it is now the role of every party man to support the program of the party. Whether you are in the executive or you are in the legislature, you support the program of the party. When it comes to oversight functions, the legislature has ample opportunity to moderate if there are any excesses of the executive. That is why the budget proposal of the executive will go to the National Assembly. It is now for the National Assembly to say, oh no, this is right, this is wrong, this is what we are supposed to be doing, this is what we are not supposed to be doing. And then when it comes to oversight functions, they know the budget that they have passed. So they superintend the MDAs to be sure that the projects that are being implemented are in tandem with the necessary intentions of the budget. If the budget has said second Niger Bridge to be completed, East-West Road to be completed, it is now the duty of the National Assembly through their oversight functions to ensure that those budgets are being implemented. That is what will lead us to a high level of government budget implementation. Right now, currently, the level of budget implementation we have in Nigeria is low. And mostly low because of the cantankerous legislator we had in the past. That legislator didn't seem to have a focus. But the legislator had a way of giving Nigerians the impression that they were watching out for them.